What if one of the most iconic, gas-guzzling luxury SUVs in the world suddenly went fully electric, without losing its legendary off-road power? That's exactly what Mercedes is trying to do with the all-new EQG, the electric version of the G-Wagon. But here's the real question. Can an EV really live up to the brutal, unstoppable reputation of the G-Class? Or is this just another luxury EV trying to look tough? Because what we found about its performance, technology, and real-world capability might actually surprise you. So, is this the future of off-roading, or the end of a legend? For decades, the G-Wagon has been a symbol of power, status, and pure off-road dominance. It's bold, boxy, loud, and unapologetically old school. But now, everything is changing. The new EQG represents Mercedes' attempt to bring this icon into the electric era, without losing what made it special in the first place. And that's not an easy task. This isn't just another EV launch. This is about transforming one of the most recognizable SUVs ever made into something completely new, while keeping its identity intact. The EQG is designed for a very specific audience. People who want luxury, presence, and serious capability, but also want to step into the future of electric mobility. And visually, it still looks like a G-Wagon. The boxy design, the upright stance, the aggressive presence, it's all still there. But underneath, everything has changed. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how this electric beast performs, what makes it unique, and whether it truly deserves the G-Class badge. Because by the end, you might see the G-Wagon in a completely different way. Let's start with what makes the EQG truly different: its powertrain. Instead of a traditional engine, this thing uses 4 electric motors, one for each wheel. That means precise control, insane torque delivery, and something you don't usually associate with EVs: serious off-road capability. And yes, it's fast. Instant torque means the EQG launches with authority, despite its heavy, rugged build. But speed isn't the main story here. What's really impressive is how it handles tough terrain. Thanks to independent motor control, the EQG can do things like tank turns, literally spinning in place, and adjust torque to each wheel for maximum grip. Now move to the exterior, and Mercedes played it smart. They didn't try to reinvent the design. It still looks like a G-Wagon, which is exactly what buyers want. But subtle EV touches like smoother panels, unique lighting, and aerodynamic tweaks bring it into the modern era. Step inside, and it's a completely different experience. The interior feels futuristic, but still premium and rugged. Massive digital displays, ambient lighting, and advanced infotainment systems give it that high-tech luxury vibe. At the same time, it still feels solid and durable, like it can actually handle an adventure. Then there's range, one of the biggest concerns with electric SUVs. Mercedes claims competitive range figures, but let's be honest, with a vehicle this size and weight, real-world range will be something buyers will watch closely, especially if you're planning long trips or off-road adventures. Charging is another factor. Fast charging capability helps, but it's still not as convenient as refueling a traditional G-Wagon, at least not yet. And finally, pricing. This is where things get interesting. The EQG is expected to sit at the premium end of the market, which raises the question, are you paying for innovation, or just the badge? But here's where things take a turn. Because when you actually put the EQG to the test, on real roads and real terrain, the results aren't exactly what everyone expected. Now comes the moment that really defines the EQG, how it actually feels to drive. On the road, it's smooth, quiet, and incredibly refined. Everything you'd expect from a luxury EV. But the real test is off-road. And surprisingly, this thing delivers. The instant torque from those 4 motors gives it unbelievable control on rough terrain. Climbing steep hills, crawling over rocks, or handling loose surfaces, It feels confident, stable, and almost effortless. That tank turn feature? It's not just a gimmick. In tight situations, it actually adds a level of maneuverability you just don't get in traditional SUVs. But it's not perfect. The weight is noticeable. You can feel it in certain situations, especially when pushing limits. And while the tech is impressive, some purists might miss the raw mechanical feel of the original G-Wagon. Still, this is the turning point. Because the EQG doesn't just try to replace the G-Class, it redefines what it can be. And whether that's a good thing or not, depends on what you value more, tradition or innovation. So, is the Mercedes EQG a luxury beast or an EV letdown? The answer is actually somewhere in between, and that's what makes it so interesting. On one hand, it's incredibly advanced. The technology, the performance, the off-road capability. It proves that electric vehicles can be just as capable, if not more so, than traditional SUVs in many situations. On the other hand, it does lose a bit of that raw emotional character that made the original G-Wagon so iconic. But here's the reality. The automotive world is changing. And the EQG isn't just keeping up. It's leading that change. If you're someone who wants cutting-edge tech, luxury, and unique capability, this might be one of the most exciting SUVs on the market. But if you're a purist who loves the old-school feel of a roaring engine and mechanical toughness, this might not fully replace that experience. Either way, one thing is clear. The G-Wagon is evolving, and there's no going back. So what do you think? Is the electric G-Wagon the future, or should Mercedes have left a legend untouched? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more high-quality car reviews just like this.